Hello, guys. Haven't seen you for quite a long time at this point. I was listening to some of my old clips and just want to ask something. And there are a few amendments and things like that. Of course, their grammatic errors are just misspoke some things. What I had is I had a two persimmons, and I don't know if you know. There's two kind of persimmons, and one is the softy, juicy one, and the one I had is the hard ones, and it's a fruit. It tastes sweet, but it's kind of hard to chew, almost like feeling like chewing a potato, but it's sweet. And so I had two of those and feel like that's the food for now. And I want to add about what I said about my dad's time in the countryside. And all right, so here he went in '69. So I was born in '82, and all the rest of the in between time it's something. And when I mentioned about their life in the countryside is when I say he had the only thing that he had a lamp, maybe two lamp, and one is the one what we call a horse lamp. Remember, there is no electricity. So what I mentioned about the lamp is the lamp that used like gasoline or kerosene. And yeah, so that's the only two candlelight that. But the horse light is actually pretty bright. I think it's my grandma that gave it to him. So when I mentioned about their life and what they're in doing whatever they do in the kitchen, and I want to add up things that, see, today you want to heat up some food, you just dump it into the microwave and in 2 minutes it's done. But they did not do that. They want to heat up food, they have to seriously like start to make a fire and put it in the oven, and that's how they did. And and speaking of, and I also made something about talking about my grandparents. My grandparents, they joined the party in the early 30s, so that was still Sino-Japanese War, and when they got seriously start to sideline, and 49 is the establishment of the PRC, and then a correction is that there's the 3 anti and 5 anti, and then purging the whole system, and then it comes down to 57, which is the anti-right movement, and that's when Panyang route got the cut, because Yang Fan is the chief of the police department, and Pan Hanyan is the vice mayor of Shanghai, and Yang Fan is the introducer of my grandparents, my grandma specifically. My grandpa joined even earlier than her. So there is like a connection over there. So there's so when they got the cut, there's a Chinese saying, it's called a string of crabs that you're gonna pull out. So that's why they start to get sidelined, and in the beginning they were doing pretty well, and then but they try to keep it low key. So during 57, they're still kind of okay, but they're already sidelined. I don't know exactly how they got criticized in their working environment, but I know that my grandfather was no longer in the police department, of course, and he was not in the import export company as a director, and then he got sidelined into sort of being a curator of a museum to commemorate an early comrade of his called Zhou Taofen, and because Zhou Taofen died before Communist established their regime, so they want to just make him do something on the side, and then obviously, and then I was asking my dad how they did during the Great Leap Forward, which is the 3 years starting 59, 60, 61, and he was like they were still doing okay, but of course not as good as previous. And my dad was born in 53, so that was still his childhood. And then by 66, Cultural Revolution starts, and he was 13 at the time. So going forward, 69, he was forced. I have to reiterate, he was forced to go to the countryside. So 69, that he's 16, and so he spent 10 years over there, and all of which I already mentioned previously. So by 79, they came back, and he's what, 26. So by 82, I was born. So I was born when he was 29 years old. So that's a previous history just combined together, and then that yeah, it's just something that I want to add. It's just the 10 years that he spent over there is seriously just like how the American soldiers spent in Vietnam. Of course, the terrain is like a little bit different. Climate is different because that's considered northern China. Of course, it's not. At the time, there are three main location to allocate all of these youth how to do. One is go all the way north to Manchuria, that what we call today is the Northeast 3 province, Manchuria. One is go all the way south to Yunnan province, and the third one is just that what they located in central China, which is central northern China, Anhui province. And being the fucked up situation as I am right now, this withdrawal, the whole thing about throwing up, vomiting, and shitting, and all of a sudden I just remember that he contracted. He told me, and which is very understandable, which is true. He contracted 2 times of malaria at that place, and that's spreading by mosquitoes. And I just can't understand how he felt about this endless diarrhea, and then just in bed, and then he was like, he didn't shit himself, and obviously, and then he's got a great friend, a dude. He's got this great friend who even washed his pants, and he just told me that when he got malaria, it's like you're completely shut down, just like what I feel right now. So seriously, I'm feeling like shit, talking shit, and the only thing is just, yeah. So malaria is some serious stuff, and he got it 2 times, just like you win a lottery or something. All right, so I want to keep it short now.